Hey guys, welcome to AMFAT and congratulations on reaching this point in the challenge. Absolutely fantastic. I've just been in again to the accountability form. I've taken some notes and the first point is it's become a lot less accountable, hasn't it? Don't worry about it. Those of you that have managed to continue, well done. Fantastic work. If you've fallen off the wagon, don't worry about it. This is your chance now to get right back in there. I know life can take over for you, but please, please, please find 5 minutes at the end of the day with an iPad or whatever it is, or even on your phone, and just take 5 minutes just to fill that in. Okay, I know it can get difficult for you. If something goes wrong, or you slip up, the last thing you're going to want to do is put that information on that sheet and admit it to yourself and to everyone else that can see that. But it's extremely important to get back on the wagon with the accountability form to improve your results. Okay, it's there for a reason. Keep it going. It's not just for me, it's for everyone. Okay, and for yourself. Right, what I intend to do after looking through there and judging by a lot of the questions and worries which are coming into the group, is to address kind of the fat loss challenge questions that all of you have got. So what I've done is I've made some notes and I've come up with almost like a 11-step checklist. Don't worry, some of these may not pertain to you, but just use them as a checklist, work through them, kind of, yes, I'm doing that, yes, I'm doing that, no, I'm not doing that. Get right back on the wagon, add that in. Remember, this is a fat loss challenge with performance benefits, okay? So the first goal of the AMFAT challenge is fat loss, okay? Attaining a better body composition. So that's the emphasis that this video is going to take and get you right back on the wagon and turn you into a fat burning machine. Okay, the first thing is that you may have reached your own kind of genetic set point. Okay, now I know that's not something you'd like to hear, but sometimes it is, all right? Depending on our genetic timeline, we may have mated with individuals who actually were better at storing fat. Okay, if that pertains to you and that's how your genetic makeup is, don't worry. All you've got to do is take note of all of these points that I'm going through, take note of all of the fat loss points that I go through in PIB and try to trick and go against nature. That's exactly what we have to do. We have to go against your own genetic set point. Okay, don't worry about that. And also on that point is that if you're female, unfortunately, you have a higher tendency to have a higher set point with regards to fat loss. Okay, it's just one of those things, along with all of the other female worries. But don't worry about it. Okay, these are some tricks to get you past it. All right. So number one on the list is an extremely simple one, and that is: have you actually cleared out your cave? Now, what I want you to do after this video is get into the kitchen, go through your cupboards. Have you paleorized your kitchen? Go through those cupboards, make sure there's nothing lurking in the back of those cupboards or in the back of the fridge. That chocolate that's in that kind of little closing part in the door of your fridge, get rid of it, okay? It doesn't need to be there and it's not your friend for this challenge. Make sure that the oils are changed and the fats are in there, all the good fats. There's no mistaking that you can use the wrong type of fat, okay? Make sure that you've eradicated breads and things like that. I know that kids, if you've got kids, you may need to have that there, but try and make better choices for them too. Go for rye or go for sourdough. Those things are a great alternative for your kids. Okay, and if you do slip up, you're not going to slip up as bad. Okay, so make sure that you go through your cupboards and paleorize your kitchen. Make sure there's nothing lurking in the background. Okay, next one is: are you under stress? This is a massive lifestyle factor and one which can have your results differing from other people in the group or people around you. Now, stress is a massive factor, and as you know, I've spoken about it lots of times. Stress is stress no matter where it comes from. It can be dehydration, it can be financial stress, it can be relationship stress, it can be traffic jams, it can be work deadlines, it could be absolutely anything. Stress is stress regardless of where it comes from. So I want you to now take note, listen to your body, and take a look at your lifestyle and take a look and decide, are you under stress? What we regard as minimal stress now may have been massive stress way back when Paleo Man was roaming the plains, okay? So obviously with the stress comes a massive amount of cortisol, and that is a hormone which will break your lean tissue down like your muscle, all right? And it is a fat storing hormone. If you are at home with 3 kids, if you've got financial worries, you're smashing yourself with long, slow distance cardio, and you are hitting traffic jams every day or on the commute, you are accumulating a huge amount of stress, and that is massive in terms of your results, okay? It's going to break down your muscle, slow your metabolism, and turn you into a fat storing machine, okay? Regardless of how good you are with your diet. So take heed, take a look at your lifestyle, and if there's anything I can help with regards to that, then please ask the question in the group. But there are some great people that have undergone stress themselves, and they can really help you out within the group. Okay. Next one is check your carbohydrate intake. Okay, I've noticed a lot within the group, there's a lot of sweet potato coming out. Okay, now with regards to the fat loss challenge and losing as much fat as you can, what you want to do is keep your carb intake to the lower end of the curve. All right, now I went through carb intake in the module. If you're unsure, go back, but you want to keep it to the lower end of the scale. Aim to get all of your carbohydrates from the vegetable sources. Eliminate things like the sweet potatoes and stuff like that. I know they're a much more paleo version, but this is a fat loss challenge, and I want you to get as best fat loss results as you possibly can. Once you've reached your goal and you've achieved your body composition that you want, okay, right at the end, then we'll delve into how to utilize things like sweet potatoes and yams and squash in the recovery process. But remember, AMFAT, first goal, fat loss, okay? What else have I put here? Also, you can think about your fruit intake, all right? Obviously, go back to that one. Keep the fruit intake to the lower end of the scale, and also go with the lower GI fruits. You can get stacks of flavour for your smoothies purely and simply from lemons and limes. All right, they got a massive amount of flavour and virtually no fructose whatsoever. Limes have none, so you're going to get stacks of flavour from that. And also aiming towards the berry fruits, all right, in your smoothies. But try to go for the lower end of the scale and have it towards or after your WODs or workout. Okay. Next one is also actually on the carb intake one. Had someone on the last challenge. They were choosing breakfasts as they were going for more like, I think they found a paleo breakfast muffin replacement. Okay, that's no good on the fat loss challenge. Okay, you're always going to add in some kind of sweeteners into those things. All right, I know they're quick and easy. If you want quick and easy, go for paleo meatballs. Stock up your freezer with those things. Go for a smoothie. All right, the muffins or muffin replacements, things like that, aren't your best option. All right. So go for the more higher protein or denser protein breakfasts, or not if you're already on IF. Okay, next one. Focusing too much on the scales, all right? Now, I know this is a fat loss challenge, but one of the goals of Paleo in a Box is to get you to gain muscle and gain bone density, Obviously, that is a must for every single CrossFitter and also your health. An increase in muscle has been shown in many studies to show that you will have an increased longevity. Okay, so the two have been correlated together. Obviously, a higher bone density is great for warding off any sort of injuries. Also great for later on in life, warding off osteoporosis and osteoarthritis. And also you'll have a higher storage of alkaline minerals. All right, but both of those things will change the way that you look at your scales, or will need you to change the way you look at your scales. All right, you'll be putting on bone density, you'll be putting on muscle, so the scales is not the way to go. All right, you've really got to try and keep away from those. You will put on muscle and you will put on bone density. You're going to get all of those minerals which will build bone. You're going to get all of that protein which is going to help you build muscle. Okay, so please try and stay away from that. Go for the tape measure. Go for clothes. Get yourself a goal dress, a goal pair of trousers, a goal top to work towards, and have that as your weekly kind of try on. All right, so that's something you really need to focus on. Next one is the pre and post WOD shakes. All right, just to clarify something for you, I want you to know that this is the fat loss challenge. So with regards to your post WOD shake, you should be eliminating any form of maltodextrin, glucose, or any fast releasing carbs for that matter. Make sure that you've eradicated that completely. Just go with the protein at 0.4 grams per kilogram of body weight. Your leucine, your glutamine, your glycine, quite an important one, or if you're using it, phosphatidylserine. Okay, so make sure, so you on AMFAT, you'll want to be on like the 4-factor post-WOD shake. Now, when it comes to pre-WOD, do not have your pre-WOD at all. Okay, so there's no carbs coming in before, and there's certainly no protein either. Okay, so none of the pre-WOD shake at all. If you're fat loss, go with just the protein, leucine, glutamine, and glycine in your 4-factor post-WOD shake. Just wanted to clear that one up there and just make sure everyone's singing off the same song sheet. Okay. Overall, over the course of the day, what you need to be doing is moving more in general. Paleo man or paleo woman would have spent a long time or period throughout their day moving. Okay, now I know that some of you may have sit-down jobs that require you to be down, and you will probably go and work out at the box or at home. All right, and that would be your workout for the day. But try and endeavour to just move more. Walk to your lunch break. Go for a walk on the lunch break. Roll up your sleeves. Get some vitamin D. But going for a walk at the weekends, adding up into your week something like 5 hours total of extra just movement throughout the week. All right. Obviously, you're not going to be dipping into any glycogen stores there. You're going to be turning yourself into a fat burning machine and also teaching your body to become more fat dependent. Okay, so try to move more throughout the week. Goal, 5 hours. Okay, that is your challenge for this week. AMFAT challenge for this week is move more in general. Take the stairs. Go for a walk at the weekend. Walk at lunchtime. Walk to work. Don't take the taxi. Don't take the bus. Cycle somewhere. I want you to try to accumulate 5 hours of extra low key, low grade exercise. Okay? Accumulate that. That's your challenge this week. I'll put a post in the AMFAT group, and I just want you to post daily what you've done to work towards your goal. Okay, so your goal this week, move more. Okay, next one. One of your challenges with regards to slow fat loss might be that you're just generally eating too much. Okay, now this can come in the form of the paleo snacks. So for instance, if you're chowing down on a full pot of almond butter a day, obviously that goes without saying, You don't want to be doing it. I know how easy it is. You know, I've done it myself. I've taken the pot, spoon, and before I know it, I've done the jar. Okay, so I sympathise, but you know, crudité, quick dip in. Okay, try not to get rid of that whole pot. All right, so things like that you want to be considering. All right. Also, with regards to your FOD box, if you come to a plateau, finding it difficult to lose fat, take a look at your FOD box. Is it still 4 litres? Could you reduce it to 3? And just eat less in general, all right? If it's there, sometimes you'll eat it. And do you need it? That's a question to ask yourself, okay? So possibly you're eating too much overall, okay? I know calories, we've got a full module on calories. I know that it's that calories are not the be all and end all, all right? But they do play a small role overall, okay? So when you're chowing down a full pot of almond butter, goes without saying, it's not a good option, all right? So take a look at your FOD box, take a look at the volume that you're eating in that, and also take a look at these paleo snacks that you're eating as well, all right? Something to consider there. Just going to turn over my notes now, all right? And the next thing I want to do is talk about exercise. Some of you may not be working out at a box, all right? And what you might want to be doing, and quite rightly so for thinking it, but actually not the best option that you can make, is that you may be going out and hitting the roads for a run and kind of thrashing yourself at 75% of your maximum heart rate or more, and almost turning yourself into a carb burning machine. You're just going to be hitting your glycogen stores at that speed. Understandably, when you go out and hit those roads, you're going to want to push yourself as hard as you can. But for fat loss, what that can do is just turn you into a glucose burning machine and also get you craving those carbohydrates when you get back. Okay, and also what it will do is increase your cortisol levels, and I've spoken about cortisol earlier on in this video. So try not to get yourself out there and smashing yourself on the roads at 75%. It's called chronic cardio. You're working at a high heart rate level and just breaking into your glycogen stores. Better still, reduce the intensity and just hit the fat stores, okay? Now, what you want to be doing, if you're not a member of a box, try and go for those body weight CrossFit style workouts, okay? If you haven't got the equipment, just try and go for those body weight ones. There's a huge amount on the internet, and it's part of the reason why I've been emphasizing that with the challenges so far. All right, so go for the CrossFit style workouts. You know, it's a huge amount of work done in a short space of time. 20 minutes, a huge volume of work done. And it's amazing at improving your growth hormone levels, which act like Pac-Man on fat. Also improves your insulin sensitivity, which is crucial during this challenge. And also you're going to get that afterburn effect with regards to your fat burning and your higher metabolic rate after you leave the box or when you finish that WOD. Okay, so the first thing with regards to exercise is improve your overall exercise throughout the week up to 5 hours, and also go for the shorter, more intense workouts. Okay, more volume, less time. All right, so that's another thing to consider. Next one, big one. I'm massive on this one, and that is sleep. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I want you to ensure that you're getting in your bed by about 10:30 at night if you can. Make sure you've not got your laptop on your lap. Make sure you're not skimming through Pinterest on your phone or Facebook. All right? When you go up there, make sure your room is blackened. It's going to improve your insulin sensitivity. It's going to improve your growth hormone production. It's going to reduce cortisol. It's going to make sure that you produce a good amount of cortisol in the morning, which is when you want it, and less cortisol at night where you don't want it. All right? Obviously, the deeper your sleep that you can get into, the better the fat loss benefits, all right? So early to bed, early to rise, that age-old saying, goes without saying, they were wise, and this will really, really help you, okay? Sleep, another focus, another one that you need to take into account. All right, another one, a few people I've found have done this in the past with regards to challenges or AMFAT, and that is too much dairy, all right? Now, I know that it's a paleo grey area, okay? If you do decide to go on any dairy at all, then you're best off with non-homogenized, non-pasteurized, raw milk, okay? That is going to be your best option, all right? Now, what I don't want you to do is go off and drink glasses of this stuff, all right? That may be something to do post-workout, after AMFAT is out the way, or you've got to your body composition that you like. That might be something you can do. Some people work well on it, many do not, okay? But keep in mind that it's insulinogenic, okay? Which means that it will spike your insulin. And remember, think back to your carb module. Insulin is your fat loss dimmer switch. The more insulin, okay, is up, the less fat burning you will get, all right? So please consider your the hunks of cheese that you're eating or massive amounts of dairy, all right? Too much of that will, without doubt, hamper your fat loss results, all right? Now, the final one I want to cover is one of my favorites, one which I do every day, and it absolutely helps me to get over any fat loss plateau. Now, I don't think there's any way that I'd be able to maintain my level of fat and my lean mass if I wasn't doing this. Now, if you are at a fat loss plateau, this will help you. All right, I don't need to go too in depth with it, but just keep in mind that the intermittent fasting module, which I think is module 7, and if you're not doing it, or you've done the module and you've kind of said that's not for me, I urge you that if you are at a plateau right now, try intermittent fasting. Now, what you must do is, first off, make sure that you are fat dependent, and I posted that in the group not so long back. If there's any questions asking to find out a checklist for if you are fat dependent, I'll post that in the group. And you've got to make sure that you are 100% paleo. You must make sure. Now, when you go onto it, just take things slowly. You can work towards having your breakfast an hour later every day, all right? Working towards that on your non-exercise days, all right? Building up, gradually putting it back, and leptin, which is your hunger hormone, will gradually become accustomed to that. So intermittent fasting will really, really help you reach new levels of fat loss, all right? And just remember, take it slowly and give it a try, all right? Now that's, I think that's 11 points for you. Please go away, please take heed, please input all of this. If you've got any questions with regards to your fat loss, I'm happy to help you. I just wanted to take this time to build up and give you some tools to work with and work towards. Don't forget, your goal this week and your challenge is to bulk up over the next 7 days, all right, from Wednesday to Wednesday next week. Bulk up 7 days. I want you to work towards 5 hours accumulative extra low level work. Okay, and that's just simply moving more, all right, however that might be. Try and implement it. You might find something you like. The reason I wanted to do it from Wednesday to Wednesday is that we'll get a nice weekend midway through where you can take up some new activities. Remember, playing is extremely important to paleo. Anyway, I hope you got something from that, and I will see you in the group. But other than that, goes without saying, good luck and keep going. You'll get there.